Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well and you've had a good week. Mine's been really good. Really had an enjoyable week. We've had fantastic weather. The sun has been shining. I've been out in the back garden reading. It was also my birthday, so that was really, really nice this week. For my birthday, we went to a shopping mall on the outskirts of Edinburgh. I think in America they're called strip malls. Went into Marks and Spencer's because I'd seen there that there was like afternoon tea for one or whatever number. And I thought that'd be really nice to do for my birthday because it looked really nice. Guys, it was fantastic. It really was fantastic and so much value for money. So for one person, you get 4 sandwiches. You get a scone. You get butter and jam. You get clotted cream and fresh strawberries. You get a palmier, a small like Victoria sponge, like a mini Victoria sponge, and a macaron, plus either a pot of tea of various, you can do various types of tea, or a coffee. Now 4 of us went, mum, dad, and I, and my other half, and it was fantastic. It really was fantastic. Such good value. I mean, there was so much for the 4 of us that we actually brought stuff home that we had the next day. So great value for money. So if you're in the UK and you find yourselves anywhere near a Marks and Spencer's and you want to treat yourself, go into their cafe and ask for afternoon tea for one. It is not that expensive. You know, it was £10 for one, okay? And that's what you get. So I think that's great value. When you consider that their pack of sandwiches cost you £5, cup of tea or a pot of tea cost you over £3. You know, and a scone costs you about £2.50. So you are getting really good value for money. So yeah, so we did that. That was lovely. It was just so nice. And then I decided I'd wanted to have a Chinese meal at night, and we had thought there is a Chinese in our town, but we decided, my other half Martin went, why don't we just get it in Mark's? And we saw this really nice box. It was like Chinese meal for 2, but there was so much in it. It did the 4 of us. You know, we realised we weren't going to be that hungry, but it did the 4 of us, and it was really, really nice. You got 3 different mains. Like there was a beef one, there was a there was 4. There's a beef one, there was a chow mein, there was a crispy chicken, there was a sweet and sour chicken, and there was egg fried rice. And as I say, it did the 4 of us, and we all got seconds from it as well. So it was lovely. So a really nice birthday. Reading wise, it's been actually very good. I've read finished 1, 2, 3, 4. I've read 5 books this week, which is great. I am really chuffed with that. So the first book I finished was Beach Haven by Tammy L. Grace. This is the first in her Sea Glass Cottages series. It was also my first book of hers that I've read. So we meet Lily, and she is moving from coast to coast. So going from the east coast to the west coast, because she's inherited this property that also comes with 3 cottages. And the people, I think it's her aunt and uncle, if I'm remembering rightly. They used to run the cottages as a B&B, and she's decided she's going to do the same, but the cottages need renovation and sort of redecorating and stuff. So she gets people in to help her do it, but you do get to hear about what they're doing and also how the cottages are redecorated. We also get to sort of see Lily make friends within the village or within the town, and she becomes friendly with the local veterinarian, and it's her just settling into the way of the town. And she also becomes a trainer for a hearing dog for the deaf. So you get to hear a bit about what she's doing with that, and you know, the friends that she's making. And you also get to hear about the people who come to the cottages to rent them out for B&B. It is a really lovely story, well written, great characters. You know, plotline was good. It just kept me turning the pages, and I was just really, really invested in this. I loved it. It was such a good read. I then finished At the Crossroads by B.J. Daniels. This is the third in her Buckhorn of Montana series. So we meet Alexis Brand and Culhane Travers. Now, they both used to be in law enforcement, were partners in law enforcement, but were also life partners as well. Their life partnership is on, not a shaky ground, but there's a wee bit of a complication in it. There's no cheating or anything, no spousal cheating or anything, nothing like that. Just there is a bit of a complication. But they now, as I say, no longer work in law enforcement, and she has become kind of a bounty hunter, and he is trying to make something right. Or no, he's trying to clear his name, basically. He has been framed for the supposed murder of his ex-wife. Now, he's not 100% sure that she is actually dead. He thinks she could be faking it, but why? And who's behind it all? And one morning, they're both in the cafe in Buckhorn, and these three men come in, and they both go, "This is trouble," and yes, it is trouble. There are various things happen within the cafe that Alexis and Culhane end up going after the guys that come into the cafe. And then he is also trying to clear his name, and she's like, "I'm going to help you," and he's like, "No, it's too dangerous, don't want you involved." But that's all I'm going to say. Really, really enjoyed this. Great third book in a series. Definitely going to be reading more from this because I am adoring it. Great characters, fantastic plot, just skipping those pages, guys. It was like, it had me riveted. So I gave this 5 out of 5. The Beach Haven got 4.5. So 2 really good books to start the week. I then read Snowfall over Halesmere House by Sazanne Snow. I'm not going to say anything about this book because it's part of an ongoing project. I've got one more book in the project to read, and then I'll be able to talk to you about it. Unless some more get added on, we'll have to wait and see. But thoroughly enjoyed that. I then picked up on my tablet A Cowboy's Proposal by C.J. Carmichael. So this was kind of my second cowboy book for June on the Range. So we meet Kathleen. Now, Kathleen has been running, or is wanting to run, or turn her house into a B&B. And she's almost there, but has a few things to do. And she has, like, there's this lady that's staying just now because she's, like, sort of trying out the B&B, but she's also there because she's writing her cookbook, and she's actually ending up doing all the cooking, which is really funny. But Kathleen's ex-fiancé Dylan arrives one night, and a year ago he ditched her at the altar without explaining, and she's taken her a year to get over this, and she's not exactly, well, she's in two minds how she feels about him arriving back. And he's back to claim his inheritance, basically. And also to clear his name, because he has been accused of murder. And Kathleen's like, "I'm going to help you." And he's like, "No, I don't want you involved." No. So she ends up helping him, and various things come to light. I will put a trigger warning in. There is spousal abuse in this, so just be warned. You don't get to, let's just say, there's no graphic content, but it is mentioned. Okay, so if that's one of your triggers, maybe not. This is not the book for you. So so it's just that Kathleen and Dylan working together to try and clear his name, and will she take him back? Won't she take him back? And it was really, really well written. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. This is the first book in the Shannon Sisters series, and I definitely want to read the next one because I really, really enjoyed it. then I picked up Maeve of the Chalet School by Helen Barber. This is a fill-in. So for those of you who are Chalet School fans, this is set at in the same term as the Chalet School in the Oberland and Shocks for the Chalet School. So you get you don't really get very much of those stories, but you're aware that they're happening throughout. So Maeve is 12 years old. She's obviously the youngest member of the Bettany family, or that side of the Bettany family. And her mum is not well. Molly and Bettany is not well, and when Maeve and her sister come back for like a half term, or they're let. Normally half term is at school, but they're brought home because their mum is having to go into hospital, and it's how Maeve copes with that changing situation, how she copes in school, and how that some people think she's a bit feather-brained and hair-brained, and this term she's trying to become more responsible and not get into as many scrapes, etc. And it's basically her sort of growing up and learning, that she can, although she wants to stand on her own 2 feet, there are times when you have to lean on people and they're there to help you. It was really well written. I really enjoyed it. I liked seeing the kinder side of Matron in many ways, and also Hilda Annersley, who is the headmistress, who's Auntie Hilda. She becomes Auntie Hilda a couple of times in the story as well, and it was just really, really nice. The Maeve's form have a new form mistress, and she does things a bit differently, and it's them sort of working with that, but they end up really really like her, and in the end they do something for her, which is just so lovely. But no, I really like this. A great fill-in, and yeah, a good addition to the Chalet School series. So then I picked up on my Kindle The Summer Getaway by Susan Mallery. I'm about 60% through in this one. I am enjoying it, although for any of you who have read it, I'm just going to say that Harlow, the daughter, or Harlow, is driving me nuts. She is, thankfully she's beginning to realise, but she's become a spoilt brat. She thinks she's entitled and that she's a spoilt brat, so that is really, really annoying me. I'm hoping now that she's realised just what she's sort of turning into, that she will pull her head in and start really thinking about things. Because if she doesn't, then it's going to spoil the story for me. I'm enjoying the rest of it, but she is just driving me bonkers. And once I finish that one, I think I'm going to pick up First to Die by James Patterson. This, I think, is the first of the Women's Murder Club. I've got a sneaking suspicion I've read this ages and ages ago, but I don't really remember much about it. It may kind of, once I start reading it, it might sort of trigger back, yes, I can remember it, but I'm kind of looking forward to getting into a crime thriller. A sort of major change. I'm actually doing pretty well on the old physical TBR. It is going down, so that's good. How many we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to go. So that is pretty good. And as I say, I'm beginning to pick up books from my Kindle backlist, as it were, to read through. I went this week for 2 more NetGalley books, but they're all kind of later on in the year. One's the end of November, I think one's in August, so that's quite good. But I think once I've finished the Summer Getaway, I think I'll go back to doing some in my August. I know I've got one July review book to do, but I haven't received the widget for it yet. So I'll probably start one in my August, review books, just get them done, so that get them read, which is quite good. But no, that's kind of been my reading this week. So it's been a good reading week. So what are my plans for the rest of the weekend? Well, this afternoon, myself and the other half are going back into Marks and Spencer's because he wanted to buy me something for my birthday. Non-book related. So I'd seen a really nice denim jacket that I liked, and unfortunately didn't have my size. But we came home and we ordered it online, and the great thing was that there was an online offer of 20% off. So we got 20% off it, but it's getting delivered to Mark's this afternoon at 12 o'clock. So we're going to go in and pick that up, and we'll just have a quick cuppa somewhere, or a cool drink somewhere. So that'll be that. And then tomorrow I am going into Edinburgh to meet up with one of my friends. We tend to try and meet up every 2 months. It's been a couple of months actually since we met up. So we're going to go in, going to have lunch, and we're going to Waterson's because she will buy me a book for my birthday, which is really, really sweet. So I'm really looking forward to going to Waterson's, having a good mooch, and just sort of seeing what's what. And I should have timed it that I'll get home, that if it's still sunny I'll get to sit out for a wee while, which would be really, really nice. And then Sunday again, the weather's supposed to be really good, so I will just be out in the garden in the afternoon. The rain, I think it's going to be raining for for all of next week. So that's, Mum said, that's fine. We don't mind. We'll make next week a baking week. So there might be some videos coming out within the next wee while of some baking videos of Mum and I, which I hope you will enjoy. Our freezer is pretty empty of goodies, so we'll try and fill that up next week. So that's kind of where we're at for the rest of this week and the weekend, and some tentative plans for next week. But I'd love to know down below, have you been having good weather this week? I really hope you have, and have you been able to sit out and enjoy it? What have you read this week? I would love to know. If you've read any of the books that I've mentioned, please let's chat down in the comments. But if it's the James Patterson, no spoilers please, that would be, I just want to go into that kind of semi-blind, knowing that I think I've read it before, but you know what I mean. What are your plans for this weekend? I would love to know. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading, bye.